A credit score is a numerical rating that assesses your creditworthiness. FICO scores can range from 300 to 850. The higher your score, the greater your chances of being approved for loans and receiving favorable interest rates. Your credit score is determined by your credit history, which includes details such as the number of accounts, overall debt levels, repayment track record, and other relevant factors. Lenders rely on credit scores to gauge your creditworthiness or how likely you are to repay loans on time. In the United States, there are three main credit bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. This triumvirate holds a dominant position in the credit market as they collect, analyze, and distribute information about consumers. Now, how do you increase your credit score for better credit opportunities? For the best understanding, let's quickly check the story of Brian Hayes. In a 2015 article, Forbes recounted the story of Brian Hayes, a young entrepreneur from Flint, Texas. What sets Brian apart is not just his successful food delivery business, but also his incredible achievement of boosting his credit score from a measly 550 to an impressive 760. Brian led a busy life, juggling his studies in industrial technology at the University of Texas at Tyler with a new job. However, during one holiday season, he made a relatable mistake that many of us could have easily made, using his credit card for gift purchases but forgetting to pay it off. As a result, a significant debt of $1,000 accumulated over 4 months. When Brian attempted to buy a car, he faced a harsh reality. His credit score had plummeted to 550. This decline was so severe that he couldn't secure a loan without a co-signer, and even then, the interest rates would have been unaffordable. This experience served as a wake-up call for Brian. They found themselves in a $40,000 debt, akin to carrying a heavy load on their backs without realizing it. This is where the credit score hacks come into play. Brian and Tara devised a plan to cleverly improve their FICO score, and in a short span of time, Brian transformed from someone who forgot to pay his credit card bills to a skilled money manager, raising his credit score to an impressive $760. In this narrative, we will discover how to intelligently enhance your FICO score, just like Brian did, similar to turning a poorly executed recipe into a delicious meal. Brian's journey serves as a testament that even if you make mistakes, you can turn things around with strategic actions. So if your credit score isn't where you want it to be, stay with us for some valuable insights. Brian's story is not only inspiring, but it also offers practical advice that can help you regain control of your finances. Perhaps you could be the next success story. To begin your journey towards improving your credit score, consider this valuable tip. How you manage your credit card balances can make a significant difference. Picture your credit card limit as a P. The portion of the P that you actually consume, or in this case, the portion of your limit that you utilize, is known as your credit utilization. Here's a useful tip. Aim to consume less than 30% of that P. However, it's worth noting that those with exceptional credit scores only nibble on a tiny sliver, sometimes even single digits. You can monitor how much of your pie you're consuming by reviewing your credit profile on platforms like NerdWallet. So why wait? Subscribe to the channel and let's embark on this journey together. When things get tricky, you need the credit card company to inform the credit bureaus about your little piece of the pie. This is because the credit bureaus utilize this information to calculate your score. To ensure your minuscule portion receives attention, consider settling a portion of the pie before it becomes visible. Alternatively, you can gradually make payments throughout the month to maintain a slim appearance. Surprisingly, these small increments have a significant impact on your credit score, ranking just below the vital rule of punctual payments. The setup process is straightforward, requiring a few calendar reminders to monitor and pay off some of the balance. Alternatively, you can activate alerts from your credit card company to remind you when your slice is becoming too substantial. The results are as rapid as a magic trick. As soon as your credit card company reports your reduced slice to the bureaus, your score experiences a positive boost from the decreased utilization. Therefore, Hold on to that slice of pie and witness your score thrive. Expanding your credit limit is similar to requesting your credit card for a little extra breathing room, a way of saying, "I've got this, can you give me some more space?" When your limit increases but your spending remains unchanged, it gives the illusion of improved credit utilization, much like shedding pounds without altering your diet. Suddenly, your finances fit better, just like clothing. If you have experienced a boost in income or have consistently paid your credit card bills on time, chances are high that you can secure a higher limit. It's similar to asking for a raise because you've been excelling at your job. However, there's a catch. You must have a plan in place to resist the temptation to spend more despite having the ability to do so. It's like having a larger playground but choosing not to fill it up. You can improve your credit score by simply contacting your credit card provider and requesting a credit limit increase without undergoing a thorough credit check. This can prevent a slight decrease in your score. The positive impact on your score will be noticeable as soon as your new, higher limit is reported, as long as you haven't gone on a spending spree. This will lower your credit utilization ratio. It's almost magical how you can effortlessly decrease the percentage of your credit limit. This simple yet impactful tactic works wonders, as long as you resist the temptation to fill that extra space with more expenses. Remember, the goal is to have more flexibility, not accumulate more debt. Keep this in mind, and you're well on your way to becoming a credit score expert. Now, on to the next trick. It may seem like cheating, but it's completely legitimate. Picture this: improving your basketball skills just by spending time with LeBron James. Well, in the world of credit, you can achieve something similar. It's called becoming an authorized user on someone else's credit card account. Here's the deal. If you have a family member or friend who excels in managing their credit, with a high credit limit and a history of timely payments, you can ask them to add you as an authorized user on their account. The best part? They don't even have to let you touch the card or reveal the account number for you to reap the credit benefits. All three major credit reporting agencies, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, typically offer this feature, although it is important to confirm with your specific credit card provider. By taking advantage of this opportunity, you can effectively enhance your credit score in a strategic manner. This technique is especially advantageous for individuals who are new to credit or have limited credit history, as it provides them with a head start in the credit race without their knowledge. For those who already possess a credit history but have encountered obstacles along the way, this method offers a chance to catch up with a little assistance. However, it is crucial to note that this is not an instant solution and requires open communication with the account holder you wish to join forces with. Requesting such a favor is a significant ask, so it is important to establish clear terms, such as whether you will have access to use the account or simply be listed as a participant. On a side note, if you are enjoying this video and would like to see more content like it, please leave a comment using the word "more" so that I am aware of your interest. Once you've taken advantage of someone else's good credit by becoming an authorized user, you might feel like you've mastered the art of hacking your credit score. However, here's a reality check. All of these clever tactics are pointless if you're not paying your bills on time. It's like trying to fill a bucket with water when there's a hole in the bottom. No matter how much water or good credit habits you pour in, it won't fill up if you keep neglecting your payments. Late payments are like unwanted guests at a party. They can linger on your credit report for a whopping 7 years. If you happen to send a payment more than 30 days past its due date, don't just wallow in self-pity. Take action and call your creditor, pay what you owe, and politely inquire if they can overlook the late payment and refrain from reporting it to the credit bureaus. It may be a long shot, but it's worth asking. Either way, it's crucial to catch up on your payments. Each month you're labeled as delinquent, your credit score takes a hit. When it comes to your credit score, your history of timely payments is the most important factor. It serves as the foundation for all credit score improvement methods. Without a solid payment history, your efforts to boost your score will be unstable. However, keeping track of payments doesn't have to be a hassle. By setting up reminders or automating minimum payments, you can effortlessly stay on track and put your credit score on autopilot. The time it takes to improve your credit score depends on the number and lateness of missed payments. The good news is that the negative impact of late payments lessens over time. By incorporating positive credit activities into your report, you can expedite the healing process. It's quite ironic, isn't it? We discuss various smart strategies and hacks for improving your FICO score, but it all ultimately boils down to something as simple as paying your bills on time. You won't make much progress without it, so once you've mastered making payments on time, there's another technique that fits perfectly into our arsenal of credit score tricks. It's like finding buried treasure on your quest to increase your FICO score intelligently. This jewel involves challenging inaccuracies on your credit report. Believe it or not, these errors can secretly lower your score like a concealed weight. Picture this scenario. You've diligently followed all the guidance on how to manage your credit, sailing smoothly through the process. However, despite your hard work, your credit score doesn't seem to reflect your efforts. The culprit could be errors on your credit report. These errors can range from incorrectly marked late payments, even though you paid on time, to someone else's credit mishaps mistakenly attributed to your name. There might even be negative marks that should have disappeared with time. This is where a clever trick comes into play. Take advantage of the opportunity to obtain your free credit reports from the 3 major bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. You can do this by visiting annualcreditreport.com. Think of it as receiving a treasure map, with an X marking the spot where potential score boosts await. Your mission is to carefully scan these reports for any inaccuracies and dispute any errors you uncover. By rectifying these mistakes, you'll make a powerful move towards smartly boosting your FICO score. Think of it as an investment in your financial reputation, even if it's not as quick as other methods. By taking the time to address inaccuracies in your credit report, you are setting the stage for major achievements such as obtaining a mortgage with favorable terms. The speed at which your credit score improves depends on how quickly the credit bureaus respond, which typically takes around 30 to 45 days for an investigation. Be cautious of services that promise faster results, as it is best to approach the task of ensuring accuracy in your credit report with patience and careful attention to detail. It's ironic that in our search for quick fixes and instant gratification, some of the most effective credit score hacks, like disputing inaccuracies, require us to slow down and focus on the details. Making sure your credit report accurately represents your financial management is not only wise, but essential for successfully navigating your credit journey. Now let's continue our exploration of credit score hacks by addressing another important issue, dealing with collections accounts. It's like discovering a flat tire during a road trip to improve your credit score. Not enjoyable, but definitely fixable. If you have a looming shadow of a collections account, there is a way to make it disappear. By resolving the account, not only will you eliminate the risk of legal action, but you may also have the opportunity to negotiate with the collection agency to stop reporting the debt. Sometimes handling collections accounts can feel like cleaning up after a party before your parents arrive. If you do it right, it's as if it never happened. Here's an interesting twist. You can actually remove collections accounts from your credit reports if they're inaccurate or too old to lingering around. It's like telling a ghost from your past, "Hey, you don't belong here anymore." The impact of dealing with collections can vary greatly. A collections account is like a big red flag on your credit report, so convincing a collector to stop reporting it is a major victory. But even if the collector continues to report the account, there is still hope. The effect varies depending on which credit score model is being used. For example, the FICO 8 model still disapproves of paid collections, but the newer models and Vantage scores cut you some slack once they're paid off. Isn't that a bit ironic? Creating a plan and negotiating with collections accounts in your credit reports may not be a simple task, but the effort is definitely worthwhile. The speed at which this process works varies depending on the credit scores that disregard paid collections such as Vantage score and newer FICOs. In some cases, you may notice a benefit as soon as the paid-off status is reported. However, if you dispute a collection or request a goodwill deletion, it may take longer, similar to waiting for your favorite show to return from hiatus. Boosting your FICO score the smart way involves dealing with collections like using heavy tools. It may not be enjoyable, but it is essential for establishing a strong foundation. Remember, once you handle this aspect, you are one step closer to achieving a pristine credit score that can open doors that were previously closed. A secured credit card is a great way to improve your credit score in a smart and effective manner. By asking for a cash deposit equal to your credit limit, the lender reduces their risk while giving you a chance to show your financial responsibility. This strategy can be especially beneficial for individuals who are new to credit or trying to repair their credit history. It provides a structured approach to establishing or rebuilding a positive credit record. Each timely payment you make is a small step forward, gradually establishing trust in your credit history. To effectively secure the right vehicle, it is important to put in a moderate effort and select a credit card that reports to all 3 major credit bureaus. This ensures that your positive payment behavior is acknowledged by all and boosts your credit score. The visibility with these bureaus is crucial, as it amplifies the benefits of your good habits. Progress with a secured credit card takes time and serves as a testament to the principle that improving your FICO score is a marathon, not a sprint. The goal goes beyond simply having another piece of plastic. It is about building a track record of responsible credit utilization and timely payments that can enhance your credit profile. Now let's move on to another helpful tip. Did you know that you can actually receive credit for the expenses you are already paying, such as rent and utilities? Traditionally, paying your rent on time did not have any impact on your credit score. It is ironic that fulfilling your responsibility of paying for your accommodation every month was not recognized by the credit world. Some credit score models, like Vantage scores, now acknowledge the importance of on-time rent payments. However, FICO 8 does not give as much weight to this factor. Nevertheless, if a future lender neglects to consider your rent payment history, it would be a missed opportunity. When it comes to social media, we all have a selection process for the photos we choose to post. Only the best ones make it to our profiles. The effectiveness of this strategy may differ, but in terms of effort, it requires very little maintenance. Once you have everything set up, there's not much else you need to do. It's like a set it and forget it approach to improving your credit score. When it comes to the speed at which this can take effect, it's like magic for your credit score. It's like pressing the fast forward button, providing instant gratification. Who would have thought that the rent reporting aspect would take a bit longer to reveal its true power? Especially if you're starting from scratch, some services allow you to look back at the last 2 years of payments, giving you an immediate boost to your credit history. It's almost like discovering a time machine for your credit score. So after exploring other options like secured credit cards, delving into the world of receiving credit for rent and utility payments feels like stumbling upon a hidden path to improving our credit score. It transforms the mundane task of paying bills into a strategic move on the personal finance chessboard. Who knew that paying rent and utilities on time could be one of the smartest credit score tricks? It turns the tables and turns everyday payments into potential credit score treasure. Ready for our next credit score hack? Adding variety to your credit can greatly enhance its appeal to lenders. If your credit history consists solely of credit cards, it might be beneficial to incorporate other forms of credit, like a credit builder loan. However, it is important to ensure that any loan you consider is reported to all 3 major credit bureaus. Conversely, if you have primarily relied on loans, introducing a new credit card could add a new dimension to your credit profile. Not only does this diversify your credit types, but it also increases your total available credit, effectively reducing your overall credit utilization. Think of it as adding more seats to a table, making the room appear larger. Joining a band is akin to adding layers to a musical performance. Similarly, if you are new to the world of credits or only have a handful of accounts, this decision could be a game changer in your credit score. It's all about finding that sweet spot where the benefits outweigh the costs. As for how quickly this can work, it's surprisingly swift. Once your new account starts reporting to the bureaus, it can begin to positively impact your score, kind of like how quickly a room brightens up when you light a candle. So in boosting your FICO score, the smart way adding to your credit mix is a savvy move. It's an ironic twist in the credit game. Sometimes to strengthen your position, you need to diversify your assets. Just like in a well-rounded diet, variety isn't just the spice of life, it's a recipe for success. To sum up the whole discussion, remember that these strategies are stepping stone towards a healthier financial future. They're about understanding the system and using it to your advantage, whether that's by mixing up your credit types, keeping your balances low, or making sure every payment is on time. Like any recipe for success, it's about the ingredients and how you blend them together. It is important to conduct thorough research and consult with financial professionals before making any investment decisions. The value of investments can fluctuate, and past performance is not indicative of future results. Always assess your risk tolerance and investment goals before allocating your capital. Now, if you want to know how to use the 843 rule of compounding to increase your wealth better, I recommend you watch this video next. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you found this video informative and exciting. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more wealth-building content. Until next time, happy investing and may your financial journey be prosperous.